Hey everyone, CJ here. Grab yourself a cup of coffee. I'm just gonna, since I've been away for a long time, I thought I'd just go through Elk River and show you the state it's at, where it's at. Kind of just run through the map. Just showing you where we're at. Go into my FS22 mod folder. This has got so much in here, it's ridiculous. I do believe it's in current working folder. Maybe Elk River backup. I'm hoping this is the map. Let's see here. Jump into it and see. It's been a while since I've actually had it open, so. So far, so good, but I don't know. I'll kind of load up here a little bit. So yeah, this is Elk River. And so what I've done is I've taken really just the valley of where the ranch is located, across the ranch, and kind of cut off from where the town was. The centralized location is going to be the Texaco station. So that was like really my favorite part of Elk Mountain, Wyoming. So that's what I want Elk River to be centralized around. So I've taken the Texaco station, and the first thing I've done, since I've learned a lot since I first modeled everything and with building shaders and everything. So what I've done is I've went ahead, because I'm going to try to get it to console, I made it the Matthews station. So rebranded everything, really fixed the building itself, and made it so that I can enter it. I haven't done any of the triggers for anything yet, so that's one of the things. But this is basically going to be the store that you walk into to purchase vehicles. I want it to feel like, okay, not necessarily a catalog, but you kind of come in and order your vehicles from here, and then it'll be the shop where you come and repair things, and probably where you go sell it as well, and the gas station. So that's kind of what it is as far as the central location. So what I've taken is the valley, I've redone the fields, the river's the same, and this mountain's the same. I've removed the Elk Mountain and kind of made it more to where you can use more of the mountain. We'll show that in a minute here. So I've done a lot of remodeling. Literally, I've taken a lot of the models, 3D models, into Blender and either just completely rebuilt them, like the Texaco, but also this bridge, completely built it in Blender, and then also retextured it in Substance Painter. And so then there's going to be like one of the starting farms is going to be here, and then you turn down this road and you go to the sawmill. I actually built all my own power lines and power poles. So this is where the train is. And so I've also, I've also rebuilt the entire Elk Mountain sawmill, cleaned it up in Blender, and have rebuilt it. So it should work a little bit better. I'm really wanting to get stacks of OSB and lumber that comes out of this, kind of what I'm used to in construction, getting. So this is the new mill area, which will then also be the grain deposit for the railroad. And also I'm going to have some cattle where you buy and sell cattle here. So. And then one of the roads going out. So you have this is a sell point, and then here was going to be my new store. Now I don't know about on consoles, but I wanted this to actually be the in-game store, as well as where all the vehicles are delivered to. So this would be the delivery area so you have to come over here to the train station. my idea is like, you buy equipment, it's trucked, sorry, excuse me, transported by train and then delivered here, and this is where you pick it up. So, and then of course this is just a big open field that you can purchase, and then you kind of come up into here. So it's like a mini version of the high plains in Elk Mountain, in the Elk Mountain, Wyoming map. So it's got that feel of like no man's land, which I love because it's like scattered open in trees, which reminds me a lot of the high plains in Wyoming and Colorado. Then you kind of get to the edge and you got some big fields that you can just kind of start building or placing down some of the animal pastures. Then you come down here to the river, get another bridge, and then you got some of the big fields down here. So of course Elk Mountain used to be in this area. I've kind of changed it up a little bit. The lake is still here. I think this is going to be the location of the main ranch, which I'm also working on a new ranch set, which I'll kind of get to and show you here as well. So all this is kind of the same up against the rock cliff. This is where you will cross the creek, which I still haven't completely figured out the river shader yet either, to where it can flow. I kind of have somewhat, but I have a hard time with Blender kind of making a good flow map. But anyway, yeah, come up here, just kind of like before, you kind of come into this clear cut opening where it used to be logged. Kind of filled it in a little bit more so you can have some more logging, but there's plenty of logging here. Now what I've done as well is I've taken the border and completely rebuilt my entire border outside the map, just to where it feels like a bigger map than just a standard map, since I'm going from a 4X to standard. So then I've got I've got some new aspen trees. Over here beside the cliff here, I have this little off-road trail that I'll probably show in game, but it kind of winds up through the mountains here because I love having an off-road trail. Anyway, then we kind of come up here to the new burn area, so just a little bit smaller, but another burn area. Everything's just kind of compact from Elk Mountain, Wyoming. So then of course, let me show you over here first. So off the main valley, you can come up this road, which you can get equipment up fairly easily to the new mine area. So I've got my new mine building, which I really wanted it to maybe dump material of some sort, whether it's gravel or something, so you don't have to dig. But this is where all the mining equipment is made for. And then you have down in here, you have this little pit where you can get some gravel and then take it to the pit, which then is converted into I'm going to call it the gold concentrate, which then you'll take it and make it into gold dust and then smelt it to gold bars. So I want to have, the ability to do a small mining operation like in Elk Mountain, Wyoming. So anyway, that's kind of a quick overview. I guess actually down here, so you kind of leave. This is another one of my new buildings that I did for another grain delivery sell point. So yeah. And then a lot of it in the center part of Elk Mountain is the same. So what I did, because I needed a little bit bigger of a town, of course that's where the Conoco was, but then over here I've made the general store, which will be a sell point, and then the feed store, which will be a sell over here, and a buy station. So it's made it a little bit larger of a little town area where you can buy and sell, and it's just a smaller hometown feel. So whoops. So kind of with that kind of gives you an idea of where Elk River's at. So as far as gameplay and what I need to do to finish it is really I just need to mark out the fields, maybe road splines, and then I haven't done any of the farmland yet. I haven't divided all the land, and then I need to start placing some of the placeables, like some of the farm buildings for the farm, and fences and things like that. The biggest holdup, and what I haven't gotten to yet, is finishing. I've got a new ranch set, which I'm going to have a separate video on, and finishing some of the mining stuff. I've got a lot of it modeled in Blender, but it's just the I guess the game files of trying to get it to work properly into the production of the gold mining. It's mostly there, but it's just a little bit, and yeah, it's really going to come down to just me getting back in here and finishing some of the small things like triggers and gameplays, buy and sell points, placeables, and farmland. The biggest thing for me is making it feel lived in, making it feel with layers, like something I want to do in my own game, and something I think certain games that really stand out, like Red Dead Redemption 2, for instance. The environment, it's got so many layers, and that's what I feel really makes a great game, is those layers. So with my modding and with this map, I'm trying to produce those layers to really make it feel real. So anyway, that's what it is in the editor. I might jump into the game real quick and just kind of have a drive around. So yeah, here we are. Like I said, I just rebuilt the Texaco, so that's where you're gonna come. Like I said, I don't have any triggers or collisions on that, but I'm gonna have some desks in here and just a place to order your equipment. Yeah, kind of, like I said, rebuilt everything in Blender and retextured it, and yeah. So at the moment, let's get this. Everything's just delivered here at the store, but I don't think I'm not gonna keep it that way, of course. So yeah, so then you can just these will be our sell points at the general store across the street. I think I'm going to go down to the sawmill first. One thing I know, these sometimes, especially with the standard vehicles in game, I always have found that a lot of maps make the roads way too narrow, and so mine might be a little wide, but I'd like them way better than being too narrow. Again, like I said, that is going to be one of the farms that you can purchase, starting farms. Yeah, I'm going to put that there. Got a lot of placeables to add into that. Then you just come down this road, and so then you'll just kind of have a spot here you can kind of stage some of your logs. I really want to do it to where it's animated, to where you can dump your logs right here in the mill. Again, this kind of building I completely took it back into Blender, retextured it, remodeled it. I want to do, like I said, the stacks of OSB and lumber that come out of it. So really, I'm trying to just clean it up, optimize it for consoles, and I was doing really good with it, and it was coming along. Just with everything that just this fall and winter have been just crazy, and trying to decide what I want to do, just get some new motivation for it. Whoops, might need to change that, put something over the tracks there, but this will be a sell point, of course, standard sell point, which will then bring us down into this new yard for purchasing vehicles. New building I made for the shop. I want to be able to bring a combine right out of that. So got to put some fences around here, and then I'm going to put build a ramp for over the tracks. So yeah, one of my goals was to try to make this map almost have the feeling of a 4X, to where it felt bigger than it is, and I hope I did that. I'll let you all decide that, I guess. Again, this is kind of like just like the high plains, to where it's kind of, you can start from scratch, cheaper land maybe, and then you can just kind of either do logging or kind of just do your own thing, more of the sandbox area, or chop all the trees down and make fields, whatever you want to do. Wide open fields just to mow grass or plant fields. And then drop down into the valley. Yeah, I just want everything to have a detailed, layered feel, and just well lived in, like, and real. So I'm gonna go ahead and go up to the mine from this road. I wanted it to make it somewhat rough, but yet still have the ability to bring equipment up here. So at some parts of the map will have that a real familiar feel and to Elk Mountain, the Elk Mountain, Wyoming map. But then there's other places that will be totally new feeling, like the mine area up here. So of course this is just completely built this Blender and textured in Substance Painter, and it's two different. So you got the big gold sluice, the gold wash plant, and the big wash plant, and then you got this placeable ramp separate, so you can kind of place it wherever you want. And then down here in the pit you can get gravel. So yeah, there it is. Don't know when I'm going to finish it, but hope to get it finished and get it out to you guys so you can enjoy it. So appreciate it. Thanks for everything, and see you next time.